Turns out that 65-year-old man could really get throw up.
Why did this go viral? Why did this clip go viral? Why are people shocked at what they're seeing? Well, I presume they're shocked. And it's very simple. Very, 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 very simple. They're shocked because subconsciously or consciously, they are aware of the mental conditioning of America. And that mental conditioning is very simple. Black America will forgive white America. Black America will be docile around white America. Black America will be subordinate and submissive to white America. That's the code. Simple as that. And when you see something which has come going on in real time, in reality, which has completely gone against that particular code, it's going to make the news. There were no guns, there were no knives, there was no deaths, there were no murders. Just a couple punches, some people thrown into the water. One man did pull out the chair. He went WWF on him. He went old macho man, or oh yeah, Randy Savage on him. And he pulled out the chair on him and he started going ham. And that may be a problem depending upon at what time he interacted with the melee. Okay. But the general code is Black America will be docile, forgiving, and submissive to white America. And they say, Bar, you talk a lot about race. I know, but let me explain this whole concept real fast. I already did a video on this called There Was No Slavery in Africa. I explained where the concept of race came into play and how it came to be. On one side of the scale of truth, there is no such thing as race. There's only one race, the human race. Let's be clear. But on lower planes of vibration, as we come down, we will see that within societies and man-made constructs, what is going on is these constructs have created things such as concepts of race. So for a convenience of conversation, I commonly speak yellow, black, white, brown, and concept in terms of race. But please be clear. Go to my former presentation, No Slavery in Africa, and then you will see that I explained the ideal and the concept of race and where it came to be. But as I say, just for convenience of conversation, I will speak along these racial lines. So, as I said, Black America has been trained to be subordinate and submissive to white America. And when they go off code in this fashion to this unity, it will make most people take an observation from the powers that should not be to the masses right on down. And because the concept of black on black crime is to some degree a reality. I reference the teachings of the late great Dr. Amos Wilson, where he explained that black on black crime, although it's been politicized greatly, it still is a reality to some degree, and it is in servitude to white domination, white European, white Euro-American domination. Because if the blacks are fighting the blacks, then they're never building and constructing for themselves. They can always be pointed at, and they're never combating their true enemy, while they behave as if they are crabs in a barrel, never understanding that the barrel is owned and controlled not by them. So that's why he explained black on black crime as being in servitude to white racism. This was the teachings of the late, great Dr. Amos Wilson. Okay? He has many books online. Okay? So now, in this time period, these things are going viral. They're going mainstream media. They're contradicting the American code. You don't see them going black on black crime. You see them defending themselves against outside forces, as any group of people should do. Just that simple. The law of self-protection is a reality. If a man comes to me, a woman comes to me, they put their hands on me in a violent way where it could endanger my life or my well-being, I have the right to protect myself from the universal laws to the spiritual laws to man's laws on this earth. I will not stand idle by and allow you to aggressively attack me. No. In this case, the security guard, they had some words with the gentleman. He threw the hat in the air. That was a mighty signal. I'm not going to lie to you. It was a mighty signal. Never seen anything quite like that before. And they swabbed it out. And the situation was, when it comes to the law of self-protection, it has to be respected by the aggressor and the aggressed. The gentleman who was one of the aggressors, although he got a severe beatdown, he out of his mouth said, you know what? I didn't know that old man could fight like that. As he's scarred up and battered and bruised, I didn't know that old man could fight like that. There's a certain level of respect there when it comes to self-protection. Okay? It's like playing basketball. The game, if my team blows you out by 30, I don't have a great deal of respect for you, kind of laid down. But if the game goes close, y'all take us to OT, double OT. Oh, no. And in the game, hopefully my team wins. I'll be mad if my team loses, but hopefully my team wins. I gotta give you your props no matter what. You battled us. You rumbled us. You gave us good competition. And that's what that was. That's what self-protection provides. Competition. In the right sense. That's why, thankfully, no one was killed. No one was shot. It was a fist-to-fist cuss. That's another reason why this thing is going viral, because no one fights today. They all want to pull out guns. Because people can't fight. They're scared to fight. They're scared to get that ass whipped. That's why they're Twitter fingers. They talk tough online, but they don't want to say it face to face. There was a time period where you said things to a man face to face, and it was in violation of that man's respect. You may get checked physically. Have to understand that. But the situation in America, when you're dealing with particularly Black Americans and white Americans, it has been this subordinate mindset instilled upon them. Now you're seeing this group of people attacking their aggressors, or protecting themselves against their aggressors, and then they're unifying. That's uncommon to some degree. To some degree. Now, we know these things happen. We know that a person in their right mind cannot allow another man to be beat down by multiple other men. I lie to you not. There have been times where I myself had to stop the police from pulling multiple guns, not only on myself, but on other people. I lie to you not, on other people in the middle of the street. I'm yelling out the top of my lungs. He has nothing. He has no guns. Put your guns down. He's complying. One of the cops said, "Sir, go on your way, sir." While she had that gun still on him, said, "Go on your way, sir." But nonetheless, point being is this: you're not going to be able to George Floyd someone, not in front of me. You can't George Floyd someone, not in front of sound, right thinking, behaving, doing people. And that's why we say stay on your health on this channel. In this video, you'll see one of the gentlemen was actually swimming from the boat to the dock. He was swimming because he was in good physical condition. Now, I don't know what he did after that. I don't know if he swabbed out, he threw down after that. That I do not know. But I know he swam there like it was Aquaman. And you got to be in shape for that. And sometimes the reason why we don't intervene is because physically we're not in condition to do so. So we pull out the phones and say, "Oh, look at what's going on. Somebody's being beat down. Somebody's being murdered." I'm not saying play hero. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying you still want to be active and be able to move. And you're going to have to move with some type of discretion. I give fair warning to the people of Montgomery, Alabama. I give fair warning to the people of Montgomery, Alabama. Please do not allow this to continue. Black people, you must protect yourselves. There very well may be retaliation against this. Understand, this thing went viral. And when you understand, not white people, I'm not talking about white people, I'm talking about the white supremacist mind state. And I'm very familiar with white supremacists. I've had more than my fair share of rumbles with them. So I know how they think, whether they be from in high positions of politics or in business or on the street level. They're dangerous. They're extremely dangerous. And you must confront them in this straight form, self-protective stance, whether it be mentally, physically, economically. Because if they test you, you're going to have to put it on them. Simple as that. But I say, please be careful. We don't want this to escalate. And let's keep one more thing in mind. Let's go here real fast. Let's take a look at this. I gotta say this. Donald J. Trump. Donald J. Trump was in town. Yeah, Donald J. Trump, he was in town. This is a common theme to some degree, a good degree, with Donald J. Trump. I tell people my problem with Trump is not his perceived racism, because on this side of the channel, we will prove, we will show and quantify and qualify that the most racist people, the most racist party in this country is none other than the blue Democrats. 100%, no doubt. I cannot vote for Trump. Why? Because of this right here. See, he was in town in Montgomery, Alabama, August 4th, August 5th. This melee took place August 5th. He gave a fiery speech, which I'm a fan of. I'm a fan of his fiery speeches. But I know that they can pull on the heartstrings of not just white people, but also white supremacists. You follow me? There's a separation between white people and white supremacists. All white people are not white supremacists. But Trump can pull on both. And when he pulls on white supremacists, you get melees similar to this. This is nothing new. The insurrection is an example. The situation in one of the protest cities, we'll pull up the documents if we have time. That's another example. But with Trump and the insurrection, let me be clear. Let me break this down while we're here. No, he should not be indicted on those charges. No, he should not. And if you were going to indict him, you should have indicted him last year or the year before last. But it's very interesting that as he gets closer to the White House, by dominating the polls, you now want to put more charges at his door. See, you can't make me hate Trump so much that I can't see the injustice. See, where there's the melee, Trump presents anarchy. He presents a good presidency unto anarchy. Joe Biden presents a bad presidency unto genocide. So why can't you vote for Trump, Bar? Because of the anarchy. Evidence A is right here before us. I told you he was in town. We find it non-coincidental that as he's in town, these type of outbreaks take place. I don't blame him directly for this. That's why I say I don't think he should be charged. I don't blame him directly for this. And then to pull up the Ku Klux Klan Act, or the Ku Klux Klan bill, as if he was in violation of that, that was also foul. Yeah, it was. Because they did not even charge the Ku Klux Klan with him being in violation of the Ku Klux Klan Act at the height and at the time of the Ku Klux Klan. And now they're hitting Trump with those charges. Those are trumped up charges, no doubt. So an injustice is an injustice, no matter who you do it to. Let's be clear on that one, no matter who you do it to. But here we go right back to this melee, indirectly to some degree created by Trump, Can't blame them for it, but indirectly, because the individual man is responsible for their own actions, and that man walked up on them or that gentleman, and they be able to jump him. And then from there, what happened from there happened from there. But I'm making it very clear as to why these things are being seen the way they're being seen. Because the code is wearing off. The code is clearly wearing off. Mainstream media can no longer control the narrative. This got out before mainstream media, via TikTok and via Twitter, individual private streamers. See how they go? So they couldn't twist it. They may try to, but they couldn't too much. And now with a circulation of free thought information, it will be the unwinding of the lies. And this, if you have a nation built upon lies, it will be the unwinding of that nation. It's just that simple. But as I say, we need not exacerbate the problem, because we know America has an undealt racial issue. We understand that. And we know you're not going to be able to lay all that at Trump's feet. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Not in truth, you cannot. But there is a particular party, as I close, who talks a lot about racism, does nothing about it, uses it as a ploy and a political tactic like it's a football to pass around. And the black ones in that group and the white ones in that group are all on code. So whatever I say about Trump, I give the Democrats 10 times more energy than I ever would give Trump. But I am clear. This is the reason why I could not be able to vote for him, because he would provide a great presidency, but he would not want to leave. And wherever he goes, this type of melee is introduced into society. That's the juice.